Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to look at relationships from a totally different angle. We're going to think of love as a game. We'll explore all of it, the fun parts, the tough challenges, and most importantly, the strategies for winning together. So let's dive right in.
So, is love actually a game? It's a big question, right? But in some ways, yeah, it really is. Just think about it. There are levels you have to pass, unexpected challenges that pop up, and the whole point is to work together to win that ultimate prize.
So here's our game map for today. We'll start with the basic idea of the game of love, then move to level 1, which is all about fun. After that, we'll tackle the level 2 co-op challenge, open up the strategy guide, and finally, talk about what happens when the game breaks down.
All right, let's get into it. Section 1, the game of love. Let's talk about the rules of engagement, shall we?
First up, we've got Level 1, Fun and Games. This is so important. It's all about keeping that spark alive. This is really the foundation of a strong connection, and let's be honest, it's usually the most fun part of the whole game.
Wow, this quote from the blog, "A Couple Things to Do," really hits home, doesn't it? It points out this super common trap that so many couples fall into. Routine can just completely kill the excitement. I mean, watching the same show every Friday night? That's not a long-term strategy for fun. That's exactly why you have to actively play together.
And as you can see, there are a million ways to play. You can go for the classics like board games or Truth or Dare, or, get a little more adventurous with scavenger hunts or karaoke nights. The whole point isn't just about killing time, it's about creating those fun, shared memories that bond you together.
But relationships aren't all fun and games. And that brings us to level 2, the co-op challenge. Look, problems are going to come up. That's a given. The real key is how you face them, as a team, not as opponents on opposite sides of the board.
This slide really puts it all into perspective. It's funny how our fun games often mirror these huge real-life challenges. Playing Monopoly? That's basically a crash course in handling money together. Scrabble is all about finding the right words, just like communication. And let's be real, sometimes dealing with in-laws can feel like you're teaming up to beat a video game boss. These are the real co-op missions of a relationship.
But you also have to know when the difficulty level is getting way too high. You've got to pay attention to the warning signs. Things like communication getting worse and worse, jealousy or infidelity. These are major red flags that the game is getting seriously unbalanced and needs immediate attention.
So how do you beat those tough challenges? Well, that brings us to our next section, the strategy guide on how to win together. You can think of this as the official rule book for navigating conflict.
I absolutely love this quote from Michael Jr. because it completely reframes the whole idea of fighting. He's basically saying that fighting for your relationship isn't about fighting with your partner. It's about fighting for your own personal growth to become a freer, healthier, and stronger person for the team.
And that leads to the most crucial point of all. Your partner is not the enemy. The problem is the enemy. You two are on the exact same team, and the only goal is to defeat that challenge together.
And here are 4 pro tips for doing exactly that, drawing from some great resources by ComPsych. First, use iMessages to talk about your feelings without pointing fingers. Second, never, ever use threats or ultimatums. Third, be ready to negotiate, maybe even be the first to offer a compromise. And finally, always try to put yourself in their shoes and see it from their side.
Okay, we need to pause here and get really serious for a moment. What happens when the game itself breaks? When the fundamental rules are shattered and the situation is just no longer safe?
Let's be absolutely crystal clear about this. This is not conflict. Physical or mental abuse, pushing, hitting, making threats, any of that cruel behavior is not part of the game. It is a fundamental violation of safety, trust, and respect. It doesn't solve problems, it is the problem.
When the game becomes unsafe, it's not about winning or losing anymore. It's about getting to safety. And for that, there is a support line. Think of it as an essential help button you can press anytime.
That critical resource is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Their number is 800-799-SAFE. That's 800-799-7233.
This service is completely free, it's confidential, and it's available 24/7. You can call the number on your screen, you can chat live with someone at thehotline.org, or you can text the word START to 88788. If you or anyone you know is in a dangerous situation, please use these resources.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most important question. In your relationship, are you just playing to win for yourself, or are you playing to win together? Because in the game of love, that's really the only way both of you can truly come out on top.